introduce yourself? Do you go like, hey,
Oh, just hey, we just
hey,
go for it. Hey, everybody. My name is George Paredes. I'm a real estate investor here. Kicking it with Kel. I think that's the name of this segment. One of my friends I met, a fellow investor, a couple of networking events before, and yeah, just got to meet him. And each time I get to meet him, I get to know him a little bit more, to where I just wanted to see if he'd be open enough to share a little bit about himself, where he came from, where he's at now, and where he wants to go. As a fellow investor, he's been so keen for me, to where he knows more of the financial part, where I keep getting little gems and learning, and like, wow, man, let me stop drinking and let me listen more of what Kel's talking about. So without further ado, thank you, Kel. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
thanks, George. Hey guys, Kel Balase. I'm originally born and raised from the Philippines. I've been in the US for about 20 years now. Prior Air Force, spent 6 years in the military. Um, and then now I'm a full-time real estate investor. Um, I lend on deals, I buy deals, and we also JV on bigger deals as well. That's a different holding strategy where we hold. But yeah, I also one of the co-hosts of a meetup up in Tumble, the real estate ranch meetup. So if you have time, come by if once every second Tuesday of the month, 6:30, 9:30 p.m. up in Tumble. Google us, the real estate ranch investing meetup. We will be in an Eventbrite.
Nice, bro. Look at you, bro. I should just take myself out of here and just have you take control. But yeah, like I said, from what I understand, you're like I said, prior military. So thank you for your service, my man. You were a little bit smarter than
You as
me.
well.
I went army, so either I didn't do good enough on the test, or, but either way, thank you for your service, my man, and sharing those stories of what it is to have that. I guess you follow, because Army and Air Force is similar to where it's learning about that selfless service. Putting
Yes.
your wants and putting the country ahead of all your needs, or whatever the phrase is. I forgot already, but it's like being a service at the end of the day.
Yes, that's what I've realized, when moving here and really thankful for the opportunities. I wanted to go serve, but then these core values that they've instilled in me, one is integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. um and that's how I do my business, really. If anybody asks what I do, or any of my investors, we're pretty transparent in what we're doing. And I think the military really exemplifies that. Like, um they'll know when you're when you're not telling the truth, especially the sergeants and the cadres, or you're making any excuses. The moment that there's something wrong with how you're saying things, and you don't even believe in it, it
Right.
definitely shows. And I'm pretty I'd say my expressions are pretty honest. Like, people can tell how I feel by just looking at me. Like, I don't have a second or third phase that you're looking at. You see me, and but that's basically me.
Right. Okay. And so military, and obviously learning from those core values that basically help you become the person you are today. And I can relate to that, Kel, of me being in a prior service as well, and kind of going from job to job, and kind of missing that thing, to where I realize right now, being only an investor for 2 years, and I don't know how many years you have, but noticing like, whoa, it's not really about the money. It's more like, what are we trying to do? And finding, aligning yourself with the right people that help you see that inner light that sometimes you may not see, and they pick you up, but also, like you're saying, hold you accountable for your actions, but because they want to see the best in you.
Yeah. So I started my journey really started in 2019, because I was working for a software development firm. I really I came up to a point in my life where I didn't know how it is to grow wealth, or to move my needle forward. without trading my time for more money. So find another job, another side hustle, maybe drive for Uber or something like that, make more money.
Right.
And then it wasn't really moving anything forward. If anything, it was moving myself back by losing the money, losing the time that I'm spending. If I have more job or if I get really good at what I do,
Hmm.
then is there a return on that? Like, let's say I'm the best person at this job. Is there a better return on that? And I started investing on myself, just reading, listening to podcasts, and reading about anything. Like it'll
Hmm.
just be in the background. When I wake up, I read, go to the gym, and then when I'm working, it's in the background. Podcasts are, that those first 2 years, like you're just consuming so much content that
Right.
man, you get lost. There's so much information that you just want, hey, feed me, I'm hungry. Feed me with
Right.
more information. And then you come to a point where like you're just doing really, I'm not saying you're not doing anything, but you're just wasting time to apply it. So yes, learn as much as you can, but also apply what you're learning and find something that you can start, not just waste 2 years analysis paralysis and never do anything with it, or maybe do a little bit and then oh it doesn't work and let me go
Right.
back. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of failures in the beginning, but yeah, take that first leap, take that first deal, and you know see where it goes.
Got it. Man, Kel, that's appreciate you sharing that with us, and like I said, you having that background where I believe you shared with me behind the scenes about your upbringing, your father having that different mentality. So, or you had to put a stop to that and kind of no, it's I still love the man, but it's got to be a better way of doing this, and I can relate with you on that end.
Yeah, because I come from a family that really values education and really values hard work, right?
Hmm.
My dad worked like, you know, he works a lot. Even up until he was 70, like he just
Wow.
retired this year and he was working a harder job than I am. I mean, like he was like a field service engineer for a testing company
Hmm.
and he at 70 years old. So my family values hard work and education, but at the same time, like you're only as good as the time you have in this earth, right?
True.
And there's no way to multiply yourself. Like if only I have another Cal that can do the same thing, then maybe
Right.
I can multiply myself. So and that's really what I kind of wanted to talk about to a lot of people today, where really start thinking about how you could somewhat multiply yourself or even help your family have you're on this journey
Hmm.
of creating wealth and building a business or investing and doing all these kinds of ventures, but really how are you going to take care of your family doing this, because they're there, they don't trust nobody, and they don't trust you, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not you. In the
Right.
beginning, they definitely don't trust you. So what I did was I kept showing up and I kept showing my track record and I kept showing what I did, what I'm doing every day, and
Mhm.
what I'm um, you know what I'm doing to improve the property and to cash out, refinance, and do it again. So it's called a BRRRR strategy, right? Buy,
Okay.
rehab, refinance, repeat. So a lot of people start on that, and I started on that, and I kept showing the numbers to my parents, and like, hey, look, here's what I'm doing, and here's the result now. Hey, look, here's what I'm doing, here's the result now. And throughout time, years and years and years, and finally, my parents are like, you know what? Yeah, we trust you. Like, hey, here's, we're gonna set up a family trust where my my parents are no longer in charge of their financial being. Um, and they're poor. They're basically poor in the government size. They don't pay no
Right.
taxes and everything. So, but for me, I have a fiduciary duty to keep that moving forward, because when you retire, you're really spending a lot of that money, and then it's not going anywhere. It's losing, if not going lower and lower. So my goal is to prolong that throughout their entire life and more.
Right.
So I'm helping that grow, and also I'm making sure that they don't have to worry about any bills, you know, to worry about any expenses. Something happens to them, everything's paid for, and to give them a peace of mind. You know, they've been working many years. You know,
Right.
I'm not sure if that's most people can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for those that have parents that do trust you as their kid, and you know, eventually you're gonna have it, right?
Right.
So they trust you. Maybe slowly build up the trust, slowly build up that track record of what you're doing, and then keep showing up, keep showing. If they ask something, hey, here's what's going on, and then show them that hey, I actually am doing this with little to no or not much money, and then I'm 10xing it. So
Right.
imagine if I have a little bit of money, maybe I could, let's say I'll double that. They're
Mm-hmm.
happy with that, right? If I
Right.
could just do 1/5 of what I'm doing for myself, well, then they're already happy, right? So
Exactly.
and that's what I did, and I'm hoping that they keep their trust in me, and I don't really need their money. And that's how you have to think about it, because once you start thinking like, hey, I need this money,
Right.
in the future, well, no, I actually think of it like, hey, that's their money. If there's an investment opportunity, that's great, I'll put it in.
Right.
But I don't need that. Like, I have my own money and also investors.
Man, man, love that message, Kel, and that kind of it brings up to like you're saying, and aside from Pace Morby being one of my mentors, and also like you were mentioning books, these books they kind of stick to your head, and certain things you may not be able to recite the book word for word, but all those lessons get stuck in your head. And I love how you said about it's their money, but if I need it, it's there, and you build that trust with them too. And if you do see something, you build that trust with them that they're willing to let you do what you have to do. And I love how you mentioned like it's not really about chasing the money. It's more like being a value of knowing that you're not tied down to the money. The money
Yeah,
actually follows you because you're such a go giver. And going back to like our military background of being of service or just helping out, help, helping out your fellow brother and your fellow sister. And within
yeah,
real estate, it's the same thing. Like, oh man, Kel, what do you need help with? Obviously not money.
yeah.
Like, bro, I need this to where that
No,
could be our next topic about, man, I'm trying to buy a sub two deal in this area. So oh
yeah,
crap, every day I'm like, oh man, let me do this. Let me see if anybody has something in the area. And knowing if I get something or not, but I'm willing to put the work in because I have such a great connection, and it's about
yeah.
building that and to see what how I can help you succeed in
Yeah,
your aspect.
awesome. Yeah, definitely. So I do want to touch on that. Yeah, like I don't really attach myself to my money. Like my money is like, or anyone's money is really just a tool to create more resources.
Right,
So I don't even like, let's say I sold the deal last month and I'm selling home this month. Like this money is gonna be a tool for my family. Like it's
right.
not for me. Like I don't need much. Like I can live in a box. Like I can live in a room,
Yeah.
500 bucks a month. I'm happy. I have internet. I can do my work. I can go to the meetups. I'm happy with that. But
Right,
I don't think of that. Like I think of money as just just give you more things that you could do with that resources to help other people to create more resources.
right,
And you have to think of it that way. So when it comes to the sub two deal, definitely it's a topic. It's a hot topic. It's been a hot topic, and Pace has done a great job. Putting this out there for people to really use this strategy to acquire real estate. And there's many out there that really needs this help. They have to move right away, and they need to sell right away. They don't want to sell at a loss. They don't want to sell having to come up with their own money to close. So it's really solving an issue, a problem for these sellers, and
Right.
sub two deals can close within 3 weeks. So you know, it's an acquisition strategy that is needed for what's going on right now, especially with the crazy interest rates, and then
Right.
the also this winter time is gonna be drying up. So these sellers, they're gonna need to sell. So it's gonna be a big problem. And these realtors also need to sell. So because that this is their livelihood, this is a
Right.
way of living for them. So we're solving a problem. So we're not trying to just take advantage of the situation, right?
Right. True, true. And I love how you said that, Kel, because I'm also learning how to, like, say, it's aside from chasing the money, it's, reaching out to these whether you're direct to seller, which means you're spending money to get in front of people that not even interested in selling, but because of the your strategy of looking for certain lists, you're willing to go through a couple bad calls or whatnot. But when you're direct to agent, you know that the person wants to sell, and you're just figuring why to where, and then it's the way you talk, the way you make it about them, and learning those, not really a scheme. At the end of the day, I just want to help you. I want to help
Mhm.
you and the seller as well. How could we all do business together, and offering that, like say, that sub two, that creative option to where it's not very popular, but it is a tool in my tool belt to where if traditional financing doesn't work, what do you think about this? But it's also us being a better listener. So does this solution even take care of your problem?
Yeah, definitely. And not everybody's gonna say yes to it, but for somebody, we're all, they're even represented, right? So they have an agent that's representing them. So we're not, I don't have my license no more, so I have no unfair advantage in this transaction. So when we make an offer, they're gonna make an adult decision for their situation, and if it
Right,
works for their situation, you know then make it happen, to solve their pain. We're just trying to take their pain away, and now it's our pain.
right,
It's
right.
our,
True.
like, our issue. We gotta take care of that property. We gotta fix it up. We gotta furnish it. We gotta rent it out, and that takes months. It's not quick. We need to spend money on that. So
Right, right. Okay, man. It sounds good, my man. I appreciate it. Like I say, we're always hanging out, whether it's at a sub two meetup or another meetup, and you're introducing me to so many other people that may help me elevate to another level. And that's another topic that a lot of people, even my wife at one time, like, hey, why are you going to all these events? Like, what are you getting out of it? But it's like meeting people like yourself that can help me understand the financial part of real estate investing, or the people you introduced me to, like, George, I got money. I just need a deal to where, oh man, that motivates me because they want me to help them create their wealth as well.
yes, definitely. And throughout this time while we're exchanging, deals or whatever, there comes a time where you may need to partner on things. And
Right.
this relationship that we have, we're building the trust, or it's just we just want to create more and be able to do things together, because I mean, me myself, I'm very limited in what I could do, but with you,
Right.
there's so much more possibilities.
Right. Like the old school Transformers, kill. You gotta get the arms in, the body, and then the legs, and boom, get that big old sword, and ah. But yeah, my man, appreciate you sharing that. And just I guess I don't know, maybe it's off topic or not off topic, but you mentioned books. As far as where you at so far, what book has really hit you the hardest, or you stick to it, to you might go back to it sometimes, just get some more?
Man, I've read so many books, but I've actually stopped myself from reading any more books currently. I need to pick up one more, because I used to read, like, whenever I have free time, I would read a book. But everybody's Bible, I guess, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's like everybody recommends that, so I can't recommend that as well. Traction. I
Traction.
think
Oh,
Traction is a good book, because it lets you systemize your business and what's lacking in it, and I gotta reread the book again. So I think
Hey,
that's a must for anyone that owns a business.
hey, I'm writing it down right now, and if I forget, I'll watch this recording so I can remember. But I got traction, and yeah, man, sounds good, bro. Yeah, I love it. And as far as like you were mentioning with your parents, once they start seeing you work to where okay, that makes sense. So I had a question
Mhm.
for you. If somebody like myself, would they kind of see what I'm doing? Like George, it seems like at first you were a little crazy, but always working, bro. I got 100,000. What can you do with it? I'm like, well, the old me would say, hey, let's go to Vegas and let's go try to double it up. But now, as an
Yeah.
investor, I'll be like, I don't have any deals, or what would be a good response to that, Kel? Say if I was newer and say, "Hey, Kel, my uncle got a hundred thousand
Yeah.
dollars."
So my response to that, with someone that just have money is really, they need to educate themselves too. Like you can't just take the burden of like, hey, I got you. Let me get that 100K. I'll double it. I can't do that. They
Right.
need to at least know a little bit of what you're doing, or a little
Okay.
bit of what you're trying, because you don't want to be responsible for them, because these are risky investments, right? All investments are a risk, and
Right.
there's not nothing that says you're not never going to lose money in real estate. Um, so what I would do is like, hey, just have them read a book, or have them read a blog, or read like some type of video, and just read about real estate and why real estate, right, compared
Mm,
to stocks or whatever, and just educate them a little bit, and maybe hold on to that money first before you try to deploy it. But if there's a good deal, explain to them why it is a good deal, why it is a good option for them. Hey, just give this a shot. Like
right.
entry fee is 20K. Rents are 3K, and mortgage is only 2K. So you have 1K. You know, it'd be hard to find those deals now, but if there
Right.
is, why not? Just try this one and see how it goes. Maybe even live in it. So I would say just like diversify their money. I don't want them to just put all their money in real estate, like most of
Right.
like a lot of us, because this is our business. This is
Right.
all we do. For a lot of people, 100K, you know, it's a lot of money
It is.
for a lot of people. So might as well like have them make the right decision. Don't make a decision for them. But yeah, definitely. If you have a good deal, a great deal, you found, hey, I would take this, but I think you should try this. Because if I didn't know you, I would have taken this myself. But I'm giving it to you because you came to me, you trusted me, you said I have 100K. You know,
Yes.
might as well buy this one deal and then see how it goes. If you like it, then buy more deals from me.
Right.
In the future.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Hey, come join me on the ride. You don't have to cold call the person. I already done that part. I just got this deal. I would love to walk you
Hmm.
through it and see the behind the scenes, like say the A&E
Yeah,
when they show the nice property and next commercial break is already fixed. Like, oh, well, man, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of
yeah,
time, a lot of headaches, but the job is done.
definitely educate them, man, because you
Mhm.
can't really just you know
Right,
make a decision for them. Really educate them, talk to them 1 hour, guide them through, even every weekly or bi-weekly, talk to them, send them
oh,
some things to read, and then put them on that journey of where you were
right.
when you first started,
Oh,
except they have 100K.
gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up with two. I guess let me ask you this, Kel. If you could tell the younger version you something when you first started real estate investing, what would it be?
Oh man. I think I would take more action. I would stop like reading too much. I think because there comes to a point it's too much reading,
Yes, I can
and
relate.
and if you can somehow creatively make a deal work to sell, so that you can redeploy that capital into something else, you should.
Okay,
And don't like think like, hey, just because the market is doing good, that it's going to keep going up and up and up. So sometimes you have to take some of the profits now, so that you can redeploy it and make it even more. So don't hold on too much.
Mm,
Um, although that's a different strategy. Some people just want to hold, like for tax purposes. But for
gotcha.
somebody that don't have anything to tax write off anyway,
Mm,
yeah, just make you need something that is transactional money that it's coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, and you need to make as much money quickly. And then in the future, you can worry about different kinds of tax strategies when
gotcha.
you're there.
Right, man. I love that because I'm learning that too. Kel's like first is oh yeah, making money, money, but as you start growing, you're like, oh no, it's more like taxes. Let me how do I learn how to save from paying so many taxes at the end of the day? And hopefully, when I get there, bro, you'll be right there with me to give me some tips at that time. And
Yeah,
man, appreciate the time, my man. And of course, I want to end this with you saying, what do you need? I understand you're trying to buy your next, basically your
yeah.
maybe not forever home, but pretty much at least maybe what 10 years, 15 years home for now.
Hopefully forever home, but I
Oh,
know there may be a deal in December that I'll be like, wow, that looks great. But
yes.
so 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, minimum, 1,800 square foot or more. Hopefully a pool, but not requirement. High ceilings, nice open kitchen, and living room, and hopefully there's a drop down lights, but that's not necessary. And that's like something that I'm looking for.
Right.
1 story, and then I'm also looking for a few of those, maybe one or two, and then in Dallas as well,
Sweet.
um, northeast of Dallas, hopefully, and I think I sent you a picture sometime in central Houston as well. I'm looking for a deal there.
Okay, man, bro. Well, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me, Kel. Give me a little bit of insight with you, and yeah, you Kel's looking for a property he's ready to buy. He has not he doesn't necessarily have the money, so don't try to rob him. But he has partners that have money ready to deploy in real estate. And if he's too intimidating for you, even though he's intimidating for me, I'm more than happy to connect you with Kel. And yeah, let's just like Pay says, collaboration over competition. Let's
Yeah,
work together. Let's grow together and make
awesome,
it
man.
happen.
And yeah, I'm not intimidating at all. My email is my first name dot last name at gmail.com. So just hit me up. I'm easy to talk to. I'm just like, sometimes when I'm really passionate about things that I'm talking about,
Hmm.
it just comes out intimidating. But if I'm not talking about real estate, I'm very easy to talk to.
Gotcha. All right. Well, and then I'll try to spread the word about your meetups. The second Tuesday of every month. I've been to one of them. I enjoyed it. Granted, it was very leisurely for me because I only live about maybe 15 minutes away, so it's a
Awesome.
no
Yeah,
brainer
next
for
time.
me. So I look forward to
Next
going
one,
to that
man.
one as well. But yeah, anybody on the
Thank
north side, I'll let them know, and so we can maybe see
Awesome.
a couple more sub two hats
Oh, yeah.
in the building.
Thank you, George. Thanks for the time, man. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
my man. You,
All right.
all right. Peace.